Emma, stared out of the window of our cozy home. I turned to my little brother, Samuel, and said, "I'm bored. Let's find something exciting to do." Samuel, always ready for an adventure, eagerly nodded his head. We started searching every corner of our house, looking for something to spark our imagination. Then we found a photo book of our mommy. We opened it and saw lots of photos there. Then Samuel pointed out a photo of mommy with a man who looked like her boyfriend. Samuel and I were very confused. We didn't have a dad or any uncles, so who was this mystery man? Determined to solve this mystery, I whispered to Samuel, "Let's see if we can find more clues about him." We crept up to the attic, a place we rarely went, hoping to find something that could tell us more. Then I found a broken wedding ring at the bottom of a box filled with our baby clothes. I showed Samuel, and he was also very confused. Just then our mother came in and told us to come downstairs for dinner. Samuel wanted to say something, but I stopped him. I didn't want to tell her because she might not tell the truth. I just wanted to find the answer on my own with Samuel. During dinner, Samuel and I exchanged secretive glances, planning our next move. Once Mommy started clearing the dishes, I whispered to Samuel, after dinner, "Let's sneak into the old guest room. There might be more hidden things in there." Me and Samuel went into the old guest room. It was hard to open the door. It was very old. The bed looked old, but the room was pretty clean. So we started searching. We looked under the pillows, under the bed, and even in and out the window. We found nothing. Then our mommy called for us. She had to put Samuel to bed. Once Samuel was tucked in, I snuck back into the guest room alone, determined not to give up. Just as I was about to leave, I noticed a loose floorboard near the corner of the room. With a racing heart, I carefully pried it open and found an old, dusty journal hidden underneath. It was Mommy's old diary. Opening the diary to the first page, I saw a date from many years ago, even before Samuel and I were born. I flipped to a page in the middle and began to read. It described how Mommy met a kind and adventurous man named David. They traveled together, exploring new places and making wonderful memories. Could this be the mystery man in the photos? I spent the whole evening trying to figure it out. Finally, it was my bedtime. As I lay in bed, the pages of Mommy's diary filled my thoughts. Just as I drifted off to sleep, I heard a faint voice. It sounded like a whisper, almost like the wind, saying, "Find the truth." I sat bolt upright, but the room was empty. Deciding it must be my imagination, I resolved to continue the search tomorrow. Determined the next day, I couldn't eat breakfast. Our mommy looked concerned and asked me if I was okay. I ignored her. Mommy continued to look at me with worry in her eyes. She gently placed her hand on my shoulder and said, "Emma, if something is bothering you, you can always talk to me." Her words tugged at my heart, but I didn't want to reveal anything just yet. I needed to find more answers first. Today was Sunday, which meant I got to go to Auntie's house and see Mildor, my cousin. So when I went to my auntie's house, I ran straight to her and asked her about David. Auntie paused, her face a mix of surprise and sadness. "David?" she repeated softly. "How do you know about him, Emma?" she asked. "I have my ways," I said, not noticing her expression. She explained to me that David was our mommy's fiancé, and he passed away in a car accident when our mommy was in college. With a lump in my throat, I took in the weight of Auntie's words. My mind raced with questions. Auntie hugged me and said, "Your mommy never really got over his loss. But she found the strength to move on and build a life for you and Samuel." Determined to learn more, me and Samuel decided to search the attic one last time. We carefully sifted through old boxes and dusty shelves, hoping to find another piece of the puzzle. Just as we were about to give up, we discovered a hidden compartment in the back of an old trunk. Inside, we found a stack of letters tied with a faded ribbon, all addressed to our mother from David. I put them in Samuel's backpack. Hours later, we went into my room, and when our mommy thought we were sleeping, we were under the blanket about to read the letters, until we heard her come inside the room. We both panicked and hid under the bed. Then we both realized we left the letter on the bed, open. Then we hear our mommy come close to the bed. She looked at the letter, read it, then smiled in a way I never saw her do before. Instead of leaving the room, she gave the room a suspicious look and started searching. "Emma, Samuel," she called softly. We held our breaths as she approached the bed, her footsteps slow and deliberate. We admitted that we put the letter there. We did not know what to expect. How was our mommy going to react? Mommy's face turned serious as she looked down at us. "Why did you take these letters?" she asked, her voice calm but firm. "These are private." What were you hoping to find? Me and Samuel didn't know what to say. We never got in trouble like this before, so we were both very overwhelmed with emotion and worry, so we both started to cry. Mommy saw our tears and softened. She turned on the brighter light in the room and sat us down on the bed. Our mommy explained that this was nothing to be too worried about. She said she had gotten over him years ago. And she also explained how it is polite to have boundaries. Then I asked, "Why did Auntie say that you're not over him then?" Mommy paused for a moment, taking a deep breath. "I guess Auntie is right in a way," she said softly. "David will always be a part of my heart. And losing him was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. But I learned to live with the pain and focus on you too, my precious children." After our talk, we hugged it out. That night, Samuel slept in my bed, and Mommy gave us 2 kisses that night. Samuel beside me. And then I started to wonder what it would be like to have a dad. As I lay there with, I closed my eyes and let my imagination wander. I pictured a tall, smiling man with kind eyes who would tell us stories, teach us how to ride bikes, and play catch in the park. He would be there for every birthday and special moment. And we would have a family full of love and laughter. I drifted off to sleep with a small smile on my face, knowing that while I might not have known David, he had once made Mommy very happy, and now she had us to fill her life with joy.